Hello, everybody, all over the world, all over planet Earth. Welcome to 24 Hours Animation Contest. Yeah! And now, without much further ado, let me introduce to you the creator of 24 Hours.
Welcome to 24 Hours Animation Contest.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Snowy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you excited for this year?
I am, because I get to sneak through it.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah, well. So we've been doing this for 16 years, you guys. And it started as something I wanted to do with 5 students because they weren't working hard. So I said, I'll stay in the classroom until the last person leaves, and it was a challenge. And then, lo and behold, 5 students stayed with me, and we stayed for probably about 12 hours, watched the sunrise in the morning, and they completed more work in that span than they had all semester. So I knew something was on when I started it, and then for some strange reason, more and more people each year kept coming and starting to participate. Can you believe it?
Wonderful.
Yes. And so we've grown.
I know. Oh my God.
To 1,085 students from 9 countries.
That's like millions of people.
Yes, Snowy. Yes. Snowy, come on in. Yes, there's people that are going to walk in. This is very casual. And by the way, to all the schools and people out there, if you can't hear or see, or if there's any issue at all, just go ahead and post to the Facebook page. And we have wonderful Trelina back here. Trelina, can you come say hi? Just because you've been working your butt off. This is Trelina. And Alex Tasker is another one who's not here because he's out getting coffee and pizza. But they both helped me run this contest this year, and it's gone without a hitch. So let's continue that, shall we?
Rock and roll.
All right. So this year, folks, we have teams from Australia, Brazil, Canada, Mexico, USA, Thailand, Czech Republic, Germany, and the UK.
Christ.
Wow.
I'm from the UK.
Yeah, well, by your accent, I couldn't really tell, but I will assume you are.
Right.
So welcome to all the students from around the world. It really pleases my heart that you guys think this is a smart idea to stay up all night and make an animated film. For some reason, people keep doing it, but the films get better and better each year. It's really amazing what people are putting out in 24 hours. So I'm very excited to see what happens today, and so is everybody else. I have to thank our sponsors, our industry sponsors. We have almost $30,000 worth of sponsorship prizes this year.
Wow. 30,000. Millions of dollars.
Yeah. So we're going to keep the numbers real simple here, okay? So here's what you're playing for, folks. CSU Summer Arts, our big sponsor. They have wonderful workshops in the summertime in California. They're 2-week intensive workshops, and you work with very high-profile artists. It's an intensive. I've run a few myself, and students love it. Anyone in here do summer arts? Yay! Yeah, no, it really is wonderful. But they are giving huge scholarships this year. The first place team will get 5 $1,400 scholarships. That's right. That's huge. The second place team will get 5 $1,000 scholarships. And the third place team will get 5 $750 scholarships. So that's a big deal,
That's
Snowy.
amazing.
Yeah, it's not millions, but we're close.
Billions.
Next, we have a TV Paint. Yes. They are going to give to one of the winning teams 5 lifetime licenses of TV Paint Animation 11 Standard Edition.
Audrey,
Yes,
lifetime.
lifetime.
That's millions of years.
It is. Absolutely, yes. So we are also getting a sponsorship from Toon Boom, everybody. They're giving away 5 Harmony Advanced 1-year license to the one of the winning teams. Yes, yes, yes,
Right.
yes. We have a sponsorship from Digicel. We're giving 5 pro licenses to Digicell's Flipbook software. Yes. Yes. CRC Press will be giving 5 books to every winning team. That's 25 books in total. It's a big deal. CRC Press. Everyone.
All right. Good, Audrey.
Yeah.
You have to know how to read to get the books, or can you just get them anyway?
They have lots of pictures, Snowy. You
That's
can
what I
just take
thought.
it to their animation books. So
Right, great.
they're perfect.
Fantastic.
The studios, Cartoon Network, DreamWorks, Blue Sky, Laika, and Pixar are all offering prize packs with a bunch of swag and books and wonderful things to the winning teams as well. So huge, right? And it doesn't end there, Snowy. Stuart, pardon?
There's more.
There's more. Stuart Ing Books, 5 $75 gift certificates to one of the winning teams. That's right. Someone was excited over there. He was excited. CIFA Hollywood, 5 1-year associate memberships for CIFA Hollywood. So guys, you're playing for some wonderful stuff, but really, are we playing for prizes? No. You are playing because you want to be a survivor of 24 hours. Okay, how many people in here have done 24 hours before? And they came back. They survived. You will probably face many challenges. You might cry. You might get in fights. You might have a breakdown. All these things happen. You might break out in a rash. I don't know. But somehow, you come back again to endure the pain. I think it's because people find what they can really do in this contest. When you're put to the limitations and asked to do something in a crazy amount of time, this idea of making a 30-second film in 24 hours is ludicrous. Typically in the real world, that's like a 3 to 5 month proposition. So, but somehow, almost every team finishes their films. So, guys, that's why you do it, just to see what you can do. And so I'm really excited to have everyone here. There's a bunch of teams. We have, how many teams did we get this year?
Millions.
Yes. I think there was about 205, Trilina? Does that sound right? How many teams did we have?
Where?
Okay, you're good. Keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, there were some really fun team names. I'm going to read out a couple here that I thought were extra fun. The Fellowship of the Cintiq. That's right. Team Just Learned Toon Boom. That was a great name.
Possibly team just one team.
That's could be. That would sound rigged, but I think you're right. Yeah. Pancakes at IHOP is another team. That was a fun name. Gesund Titans. Titans, get it? Bless you, Gesund Titans.
I got it.
Final.psd. People like that one. Bring the Glue was another team.
I'm made of glue.
Yeah. I think, yes. And the last one I liked was hashtag RIP_H.264. Very much an insider joke there, folks, but here it is. Okay, Snowy, would you like to read out the schools that are participating this year?
I would.
Oh, good. You don't have to count. All you have to do is read. So there you go, Snowy. Folks, if you're at home and you hear your name, just go ahead and
applaud.
Yeah, just scream and cheer.
All right. It will begin alphabetically, not in order of importance. Academy of Art University, San Francisco, California.
Hey.
Art Institute of California, San Diego. Austin, PA, State University from Clarksville, Tennessee. Azusa Pacific University. Belas Artes University from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Brazil.
Bradley University from Peoria, Illinois. Braunschweig University of Art, Braunschweig, Germany.
Germany. Wow.
California Institute of the Arts. Capilano University from North Vancouver, British Columbia. Carnegie Mellon University. Columbus College of Art and Design from Columbus, Ohio. Then the following California State Universities: CSU Chico, Fullerton, Los Angeles.
LA.
I can't read this one. The
Long Beach.
And Northridge.
Northridge.
Then we've got the Design Center, Enmore, TAFE, from Enmore, Australia. Digipen Institute of Technology from Redmond, Washington. More Los Angeles, East LA College in LA.
East LA.
Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania. Emily Carr University of Art and Design in Vancouver.
Canada.
Back to Brazil for FAAP.
Brazil.
Film School Zlin from the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Grand Valley State University from the Allendale Chartered Township in Michigan.
Wow, very specific. Detroit.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne.
This one's got lots of letters in it. IT.
Spell it out, Snowy.
ITESM campus of Querétaro, Mexico.
There you go.
I believe that's it.
No, there's more.
There's more.
Snowy. Almost there, buddy.
All right. Kansas City Art Institute, Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City.
Kendall College of Art and Design, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Lipscomb University, Nashville, Tennessee. More Tennessee coming up.
Yes.
Middle Tennessee State University from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Are they northern Tennessee or are they?
Middle.
Oh, they're middle.
Middle. Nevada State College from Henderson, Nevada.
Nevada.
Well, this one might win farthest away. Rangsit University from Bangkok, Thailand. Ringling College of Art and Design from
Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida. SAE Institute, Mexico City. Sam Houston State University in Huntsville, Texas. Another Cal State, San Jose State University.
We forgot about that.
went to that Cal State thing.
Yeah, they worded it.
Yeah. Oh, they're one of us.
They're really good.
School of Visual Arts in New York City.
Whoa. Yay.
Seneca College from Toronto.
Toronto!
Another Cal State. San Francisco State University.
Forget that.
Oh my goodness, this school's got 29 teams.
2019.
29.
That might be a record.
Sheridan College, Canada.
Sheridan College, Canada. Wow.
Universidad del Valle de Puebla, Puebla, Mexico.
Wow.
Apologies if I covered that wrong. I'm from the UK.
Yeah, I can tell.
UFSC from Florianopolis, Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh, here's one from the UK. University of Bradford.
Bradford.
University of California, Berkeley.
Berkeley. Cal.
University of Salford, Manchester, England.
Good.
University of Southern California.
Let's see.
Via Maria College, New York.
New York.
Virginia Commonwealth University, Virginia. And the last one,
Last one.
Woodbury University, Glendale, California.
Yay! Thank you so much, Snowy.
You're
That was a
welcome.
wonderful list. Thank you all for being here. All right, let's get to it. The judges. What are you being judged on? You are being judged on for 10 points each. This is important. Storytelling. Was the story clear and entertaining?
It was.
You are being judged on art, direction, and animation. How was the production value of your film? You are being judged on creativity and interpretation of theme. How creative was the team's interpretation of the assigned topic? And finally, level of completion. How much of the film was completed? And that can be up to your own assessment, meaning if you decide you want to do, from the start, really nice fluid animation, but you don't want to color it, and you want to do a nice full in-between animated film, totally up to you. But if you do want to do something colored and you feel like we might not have time to finish all color in full animation, so maybe we want to make it a little more limited in the movement or skip some in-betweens. These are the kind of conversations you want to have as a team to strategically plan ahead so that it looks like your level of completion, if that makes sense. Does it? Okay. I'm pleased to announce this year's judges for 24 hours. You guys, this list of judges is incredible. First, Amanda Forbes and Wendy Tilby. They're animation directors of the Academy Award-winning films When the Day Breaks, nominated film Wildlife, Strings, and if you've seen this United Airlines commercial called The Meeting, where the people have different animal heads, that is a beautiful commercial. Anyway, Amanda Forbes and Wendy Tilby. Delia Gosman, story artist on Rango, Storks, and Smallfoot, which just came out. John Musker, animation director of Moana, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. This is real, you guys. And a whole list of some of the most influential animated films of our time, basically. No pressure. These people are watching your films. Sarah Putros, animator, compositor on BoJack Horseman, Bunnicula, and Cosmos. Mr. Michael Roberts, animation director. He's a title designer of BoJack Horseman, creator of Dallas and Robo. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Great. Supervising director of Final Space. And finally, our last judge is a first in this category. This is an actor coming to us. He's an animation performance coach. And he's an actor in American Crime Story, Versace, Chasing Life, Scandal, and Star Trek DS9. What? Come on, thanks. Star Trek! Oh my gosh. And writer of Heartland on Hulu. Go watch it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Here's the rules. Every team must have permission from your school and space to work. Do you guys have permission? Okay, just check it. The teachers should be there to kick off the event and make sure all the students are put in teams and have necessary equipment and facilities. Teachers do not have to stay 24 hours. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. But we recommend stay at least until they have a story, okay? Come on. You don't want to leave them hanging. But here's the thing. The teacher cannot give answers in any way. No drawing, whispering, passing notes, charades, etc. But teachers may help your students by asking questions to help them come up with their own answer. Think Tim Gunn from Project Run. Is that show still on? Just checking. I wrote these rules a long time ago. I used to watch Project Runway religiously.
The one at the airport.
Yes, it is. It's the models walking in the airport. That's
Right. I love
Project
it.
Runway.
It's great.
That's exactly
Right.
And so you could say things like, is this working? Is this too long? Is there another way? Make it work, that kind of stuff. But you can't really give specific input, okay?
Can you say, would you like me to finish the film for you?
No, that is absolutely not allowed. You cannot do that one.
I thought not. But
Okay. Teachers, you can find a way, you cannot help your students complete their films in any way. No technical troubleshooting. You can't sit down at the computer and make sure it works. Because this challenge is for students to figure this out. We've all been in the situations where it's hard to troubleshoot, and that's one of the skills you got to learn. So hands off there. Teachers should find a way to motivate your students. If you see students taking too long, feel free to suggest move to the next step. Help keep them on schedule with reminders, yell through the halls, whatever it is. Just encourage them to keep going because it can get kind of tiring, but you will make it to the end, you guys.
can we give them donuts?
Abso-frickin-lutely.
Yay!
Please, give them donuts. It's a rule. It says it right here. Give them donuts. Make sure your actually that's the next one. Make sure students are nourished with food, water, and snacks and energy drinks. Okay, we want them to live. That's what it says.
Good idea.
Yes, and a warning to all you people: after 24 hours of not sleeping, and you kind of hallucinate a little bit, so you don't want to just get in the car and drive. It's probably like close to impaired driving. So maybe have someone pick you up, Uber these days. That's what people do.
I think if they see me, they're hallucinating.
They are. We are all already hallucinating.
Right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Take pictures and videos of your students and post it up on our Facebook page. The Facebook page is like a way to just show everything all at once, whether it be celebrations, stuff you like to show, or even your frustrations, breakdowns, or people sleeping. That's the best one. Show all that stuff, guys. Sponsors and everyone loves to see that. Okay, here we go. We're moving on. Details for your films. This is really, really important. Alex, come over here for a second. Come on in. This is Alex Tasco. This guy, just show them what you did. You brought plates and forks. He's not even competing this year, and he's just helping. He's been helping me with Trelina, and they've been such an amazing team.
I've been funding all the sales.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Alex. There's Trelina again. Sweet. Okay, here we go. This is important, you guys. How much time do we have? Oh my Lord. Okay, we're good.
Millions of hours.
Films must have a title slate. This is important. You must have a title slate with the team name you registered with already. You cannot start a new name anymore. The team that's on our list that we posted on Facebook, that name you have to use exactly. because or else it will mess everything up in terms of judging. We don't know who won.
Unless you use a different name.
Well, no, Snowy. What I'm trying to say is you actually can't use any other name than the one that you started with.
Or another one.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is just yes. Okay, Snowy, you're not gonna play this year, are you?
No.
Okay, just checking. Good.
Okay.
Everyone but Snowy gets it. Use the final team name for your film title. Okay, the name slate. This is the only way to identify your films. Teams must not use their personal or school names anywhere on the film, and make sure there's no music or sound on the name slate. This is all about that name slate. On the Facebook page in Files, you will see a template that has exactly what you want to use. Just download it, type in your team's name, and put it on the beginning of your film for 3 seconds. You will not use those 3 seconds to count towards the 30 seconds. Is that clear? Did I just say too much at once? Okay, good. It's clear.
What was the middle part?
Okay, thanks. The team name slate. Okay, I already said that. Okay. Okay. If you want to do a separate title for your film, let's say your film's called Snowy, you could write it at the beginning of your film, but that will count towards the time of your film. You can't have a title of your film slate. Okay, it's only title of teen slate and then film begins. You don't have to have a title of your film. If you want one, part of the 30 seconds. Good?
Well, it means less work.
Yes, it really does. People like titles. I mean, you can infer information in a title, for instance. You know, if I wrote Snowy, I would think this is a film that takes place in the winter.
Yes. But it's October.
You know, in Alberta, Canada, there's like 6 feet of snow. Not 6 feet, like 12 inches. There's just snow. There's snow. So I don't care if it's October 3rd or 5th, whatever date it is today. There's snow on the ground somewhere in the world, Snowy.
That's amazing.
Don't think you're not like this is not California centric. All right, we're back.
Point taken.
We're back. Each team must post your films onto YouTube, and the link must be emailed to 24hourscontest@gmail.com. That's the only email we will accept films from. I'm going to post these on Facebook, so don't worry if you're like, I didn't hear, say it again. I will post it. So you must submit before 4 p.m. Saturday, October 6th, 2018. 4:01 p.m. If we get an email and inside it says 4:01 p.m., it's considered late, and late submissions will not be accepted. Harsh, I know. It's the reality of the world, Snowy.
It's a tough world.
It is a tough world.
There are no miracles.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not know that?
lost half our audience. Thank you. So you have to plan for technical troubleshooting, okay? So I recommend you test your links ahead of time, test the email ahead of time, whatever it is you need to test ahead of time, do it. Set up your YouTube link ahead of time channel. When you set up your YouTube, make sure it's not your personal one. It's a team name YouTube. So you have to start a new, what do you call it? Is it channel? Okay, it's a channel. That's what the kids call it these days.
Should they do that like before the contest actually starts?
I would do it like, not right now because I'm talking,
Right.
but after I talk.
I
At the
agree.
end.
I agree. That's how I do it.
That's how I do it. Okay, ready? When you email the link to your film, please include your team name and school name in the email. All right, that can just be in the body of the email or in the subject heading, just so we can look at it real fast. I'm missing this team name. Are they there? I can do a search. So team name and school name on the body and title of the email. Okay, make sense? Yeah? Make sense? Cool. Winners will be announced on Wednesday, October 10th at 12:30 p.m. PST, and prizes will be awarded from our fabulous sponsors. 24 Hours cannot be held responsible for unsent, unreceived prizes. That's just something I have to say, because I don't send them, they send them from the company. That's it. Artwork. Teams can create their films in any medium they choose. Traditional CG, stop motion, experimental, rotoscope, as long as there is frame-by-frame manipulation. It has to be frame-by-frame. You're advised to think about the strength of your team and how you might execute your films. Teams may not create any artwork ahead of time. If you're looking at artwork that you want to use in your film right now, throw it out. You cannot bring it to the contest. You got to create it from scratch. You should arrive to the contest prepared with supplies, blah, 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 any equipment that the school may have. Teams cannot download any rigs or models, as everything must be created from scratch during the contest. This will force you to think on your toes and work within constraints.
How do you think with your toes?
Well, Snowy! Music and sound may be sourced. You do not have to create this from scratch. But if you have the ability and the desire, go for it. But your music must be royalty-free, copyright-free. That way it's not removed off the YouTube. The YouTube, do people say that?
They used to.
It's kind of like in California when people say the PCH.
Or the 405.
Well, no, the 405 is allowed. The PCH, people, you're not allowed to say. You're supposed to just say PCH. You guys know that? It's a local thing, right? You can't say the PCH.
I got a ticket for that once.
All right, have fun. This is just a fun experience, guys. It can be intense and crazy, but it's not the real world. Okay, so don't let it be so crazy that you start hating people and you have the worst time of your life. It's still, at the end of the day, you're doing an assignment, but you're going to be proud of it. Take care of each other. Post. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask on the Facebook page. Someone will answer at some point. Just throw the question out there. And if you guys, anyone sees a post and you know the answer, go ahead, just answer it. I may tell you you're wrong, but you should answer it. Okay. I think that's it for rules, Snowy. I think we're ready for the announcement.
Christ!
Okay, it's 3:35. This announcement will not take 25 minutes to read. So whenever I finish this announcement, you can start. I'm actually giving you guys a little more than 24 hours here. It'll be like 24 hours and like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, serious.
Hurry up!
I'm feeling generous.
Hurry up!
So when I was a kid, no, it was supposed to be a joke.
What, you were never a kid?
No, I was a kid. All right. This is actually more of a serious topic, so I got to stop doing the jokes right now. All right, let's change the tone, Shindy. Okay. All right, Snowy, you can go away. This is more serious. Bye, Snowy. Okay, there we go. What a transition. Are you ready? Snowy.
Sorry.
All right. It's going to get serious. Oh, this is a bad segue. Okay. In the late 1500s, early 1600s, Galileo Galilei spoke against the prevailing views of our solar system in the name of truth and science. In the mid-1800s, Harriet Tubman not only escaped from slavery, but returned on many dangerous missions to help other slaves out of freedom. In the late 1800s, Helen Keller, despite her condition of deafness and blindness, worked through her disabilities, learning to read and write, becoming a champion of social issues, and helping to improve the welfare of deaf people. In 1936, Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at Hitler's 1936 Olympics in Berlin. It was one of the great moments in sports which helped to puncture the Nazi ideology of Aryan supremacy. In 1955, Rosa Parks showed what ordinary people can do when she stayed on the bus, sticking fast to her beliefs of defiance to racial segregation. In the late 1970s, Harvey Milk was the most famous and most significantly open LGBT official ever elected in the United States against a backdrop of anti-gay public. In 2012, Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani girl, defied threats of the Taliban to campaign for the right to education. And in 2018, Christine Blasey Ford bravely stood up to recount her sexual account to the United States Senate Judiciary Committee against background of public mockery. Each one of these people took an oppositional stance to the status quo. They were determined to be heard, willing to stand alone, with the hopes we could all unite in the end. Though their fights were not always won, their voices were heard. In 24 hours, make a 30-second animated film depicting a strong point of view, educating to your audience about the need to have empathy, whether it be race, gender, lifestyle, social mobility, disability, geography, or even species. We all face challenges in making our reality be understood. Animate an experience that will help convey to the audience what it is really like to speak your truth. You have 24 hours. Go!